All right, I am Chris Hoke. We are back with another edition of the Social Media Cowboys podcast. Joining me is the other social media cowboy,
DJ Hunter.
DJ Hunter. He is the smart one and the pretty one. So I don't know where that leaves me.
Everything else.
Everything else. We haven't done one of these in a while. Between being busy with client stuff and family stuff and personal stuff and COVID stuff, we just been busy. As weird as things are, we're still like really busy. And weird and upside down the world is. So, what have you been doing lately? What have you been working on lately, or what have you been up to lately?
Just some side project stuff, trying to learn some new things with streaming on streaming platforms or something like that.
But we don't give away what it is yet, do we?
Yeah, we won't give away any secrets, but that's it really. Just trying to figure out some stuff that I've wanted to know but haven't taken the time to figure it out.
So, can I mention one of the platforms? I mean, I'm sure I won't talk about what you're doing, but like the platform you're on.
Yeah.
So Twitch. So you've been messing around with Twitch, which I feel is probably like your age on down predominantly.
Yeah.
I think I'm just a little too old to really get Twitch. I think I missed it.
It depends, because there are some people that do auto mechanic stuff. There are tradespeople on there who are older.
Really?
Probably 40s, 50s. Yeah, there's a good area of like mechanics and dudes that take their stuff on like their AC jobs or whatever, and they stream it. And,
Really?
yeah, there's a good amount of people that have started doing that.
Well, see, let me tell you what I think of Twitch, and then you fix it. I always see Twitch as being like just gamers, just girls, and that are in the anime, guys that are wanting to play, Call of Duty or Fortnite or whatever online, and that's about it. That's all in my mind. That's all I see. But it's more than that, apparently.
That's all it used to be until they opened up the IRL section, so in real life section, so people stream going outside. There's dudes on there who stream their Uber jobs, drive Uber Eats, so they drive all day. They stream that.
Really?
Delivering food and all that stuff. Yeah, it was just games until they opened the IRL section, and now it's everything. It's open to anything: music, IRL stuff, driving, jobs, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to stream, you can stream it.
Well, I've thought this for a long time. I've never had the cojones to do it. Just I don't know why. But like, what if you just set up a webcam as you just work? Like,
yeah, you can do that.
I mean, I don't know what entertainment value that would actually have, but
yeah, because the biggest part of Twitch is interacting with the chat when people come in and talk. That's why I've never done it personally, is because I don't want to sit there and talk to people, and I'm too competitive. If I wasn't competitive at video games, I'd probably be really good at Twitch.
Well, what do you mean? Because it would distract you from the game?
Yeah, if I'm looking over to see what somebody's saying, that's a millisecond I'm losing at winning.
Well, see, I have to admit,
I'm too competitive.
Well, I got video game systems in here, but out here lately, for the last month or so, maybe a little longer, I've been playing in the, probably about 2 months, I've been playing in the living room. Just because I need a break. With COVID and all, you're in your house so much. Like, you have to go through the different rooms. It feels like I go to different rooms more, So, like, I've been playing video games in the living room, and, like, people will text me, and it's, like, annoying, because I'm trying to play, all the Far Cry's. So I jumped in on Far Cry at 5, and then I played New Dawn, so I went ahead and played 4, and I finished 4. So now I was either going to do 3 or Primal or something. Anyway, but like the other night, I started it, and people just kept texting me, and I'm like, I just want to play Far Cry. That's all I want to do. I don't want to talk to these people.
Yeah.
But that's just a phone and texting, and with Twitch, that would be like a million times worse, right?
Yeah, because you got to interact with the people in the chat. They're not just going to sit there and watch you. They want to talk and say, "Oh, why'd you do that?" or what system are you using, all this kind of stuff. So it's all about the interaction. That's why I'd rather be the behind the scenes, kind of like with Social Media Cowboys. I'd rather be the behind the scenes person. Let somebody else stream. I'll run the stream. I'd rather do that.
So now this is not something we planned on. This topic. This is pretty interesting. Would there be value to putting a webcam up for you and me and do a joint stream into one Social Media Cowboys Twitch or wherever, and it's just we're working, and like if they message us, we would only check it like every once in a while. You wouldn't be beholden to like like on Zoom right now, like the way mine set up is you're here and I'm here.
Yeah.
So you could do it. Could you do a stream that's like each of our desks? It just runs all day.
Yeah, you can do that. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea what the value in that would be because I don't know what people would just want to watch us working on a computer.
Well, that's the thing is like some days I'm not even in the office.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm selling and I'm meeting people and stuff, sometimes I go the whole day, and I might. I mean, how many times have it been where I don't jump on till 4 and I've got a whole day's worth of questions for you, and I just have to send them to you, and then you do what you can, and then you pick up the rest the next day. I mean, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. That would be difficult because it's not reliable.
I think the way Twitch works is you got to have something that the people can watch. Like, I don't think they're just going to sit there and watch us sit at a computer all day. If we were working on a car or we were building a computer, or like if you streamed at one of your video shoots.
Yeah, that might be interesting. The video shoots.
That's something people would want to watch. I don't think they would just want to watch us doing our day-to-day computer work.
Yeah, but you have to wear some kind of like a chest thing with like a GoPro on it.
Yeah.
That's how you would stream.
Yeah. And you can stream from cell phones. So like if you buy a tripod for your cell phone and download the Twitch app, you can literally just go live.
Just stick in the corner and just do a wide shot of the whole room and then just stream it.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you've been messing with Twitch and other outlets, playing with different things and whatnot. We won't talk about the ultimate goal, but you've been trying to learn those things. So do you find that? I mean, do you need to buy more stuff, or are you able to do most of it what you have already?
Not sure yet. I'm waiting for the person who's going to be streaming to finish their setup so I can figure out if I need to buy stuff. Because the way, when you're trying to do it in the background for somebody else and you're not the one streaming, so you got to pull their feed in and they live in a different state or something like that. Sometimes you got to get a server to pull it. I haven't figured out all the ins and outs yet.
So in theory, you could be a producer for multiple Twitches at once and just run a switcher from your home here.
Yeah.
In theory.
Which would be cool. Which would be cool to do because I don't mind being a mod and timing banning people who are saying bad stuff or hey, I need to switch my scene because like if somebody's working on a motorcycle or doing a motorcycle ride or shooting a video, like you're out shooting a video or something, you don't have time to change the scene or change stuff in the background. So if I'm already working and I just switch, look over at a monitor and say, oh, I need to switch that layout or whatever, that's easy enough to do. So it's once you get to a certain level of Twitch, you gotta have multiple people doing stuff. Like the people that got thousands of people in their stuff, they got people in the background that are changing the layouts and modding the chat and all that kind of stuff. Which I didn't realize that until I started diving into this stuff. I thought they were doing everything.
No, they got hit behind the scenes people.
Yeah.
So take somebody famous that's doing a Twitch now. I mean, right now with so many of the entertainment industry shut down, a lot of them are going that way because they're attention junkies. I mean, that's the reason why they're in the business they're in. So
Ezekiel Elliott started streaming. Cowboys running back.
He's got enough money to pay a guy like you to just do the technical stuff.
He doesn't even know how to run a computer. He even says it on stream. He goes, I don't know what I'm doing. I just know how to play Call of Duty.
And so he hires some guy and they do it.
Yeah. Or they show him how to do the basic stuff until he gets big enough to where he needs somebody.
Right. Well, he's got the money. He could pay
a
couple bucks to like.
Yeah.
I mean, you take some of these knuckleheads. I mean, they're famous, but they've got money, but they can't do this tech stuff. Oh, yeah. They'll just pay.
There's tons of musicians. There's tons of people that musicians that aren't touring or race car drivers that aren't racing or whatever. They're streaming on Twitch now because
they gotta get their fix.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all
making money, and they're making money on the side, like because you set up your donations and stuff, and you got these people donating. So even though they're not touring or playing football or whatever, they're making money.
So while you've been doing you're kind of into the internet streaming, broadcasting, that production, I've been doing video production again more, which is not something. So long story short, I started doing. Long story short, I started out into the creative business to do video, but along the way, social media, when I had quit um, my regular job to do video, Facebook was still pretty new, so I started doing social media, and eventually that paid the bills more than the video did.
Yeah.
And then about a couple of years ago, I had a client from hell kind of ruined the whole video thing for me. I didn't want to do video for hire anymore for clients. Well, I have a client now for video, and because I know her and I know she's cool, I know she's smart and she's a reasonable human, I agreed to do hers. I'm having a lot of fun, so we're thinking about adding digital media back to what I do on the regular and making that part of social media Cowboys for a little while. I should say we're thinking about it. We're going to do it. We just got to put it on the website and create some pricing packages, because it's I'm having fun with it again. We just bought a drone and I've upgraded some of the equipment. And your phone can do so much. I mean, I did one of these videos on the phone and it looks great. Got even lighting. It's perfect. So I've already bought a little bit of gear to
it's
go
funny
into
when you don't
it.
do something for a while and you come back and you can choose what you want to do, that it's actually fun.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. We gotta figure out some kind of disclaimer for the website. Like, I'm not taking this any project. You guys prove to me you're a normal person. That before I take the try. I mean, I don't know if we need to get my IQ test, or I don't know what we need to do.
Good luck.
I don't know. Or we gotta have some really rigid, like
requirements.
Yeah, I mean, basically, a lot of creatives, which I'm not saying we should or shouldn't do this. I'm just kind of talking out loud here. Some creatives don't give you the option to pick your project. They tell you, and then you choose to buy them. So, like, instead of me saying, hey, what kind of video you want, you say, hey, this is what I'll give you, and this is what I'll charge.
Yeah, this is the kind of videos I do or whatever, and that's it.
I'll make you this video. It costs this much. Yes or no. Which I probably am going to go more that model versus, hey, tell me what you want, I'll try and make it happen.
Yeah.
Because that never works. And like I told someone recently, I said, you shoot the video, you tell me what you want, I shoot the video, I give you a rough draft, you give me notes, I edit it, I give you another one, you approve the final, and then we're done. If you go past those two edits, it usually means the client didn't know what they wanted. Yeah. And now you're trying to just chase rabbits, and they're changing their mind.
It's kind of the same way with the websites we do.
Yeah, the same thing happens with websites. But another thing we'll probably end up doing here pretty soon is we'll change our websites to say, hey, you pay this, you get that. None of this, which we're pretty much ending now. We're pretty much going to say, hey, there ain't none of this, hey, what do you want? We'll try and make it work. No, you give me this much money, you get this.
And that's the reason why our website prices are so good is...
Yeah.
How do you say it? Because we're not doing millions of edits and flashy, crazy animated websites and stuff. We're keeping them because websites are expensive, especially if you get super tailored or coded or whatever. I mean, that's easily $5,000 for just whatever. And we're trying to keep it where we got a workflow for our websites down pretty well of templates and things like that, and we can keep it pretty good priced for small businesses for them to be able to afford it.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where it was the old saying, fast, good, and cheap. Pick two, you can't have all three.
Yeah, because a lot of people will go look at examples or whatever, or say, hey, I want a website like this, and it's like, oh, that's a $5 or $10 website.
That happens so many times. Like, and I've told to some people, it's like, I understand value, I understand wanting to maximize your money, but say, for instance, you got $20 and you want a steak, and you want to go to a steakhouse to get it. There's only so much steak that $20 can get you. Yeah. You go to the really nice steakhouse, you want a wagyu or however you pronounce it, steak, $20 not even going to cover a drink and an appetizer. I mean, you can't have expectations of a bazillion-dollar website for $200. You can't do them, and that's what one of the common things we see is people, they want to maximize that value, which I do too, but they have to understand that there comes there's a point where you can't. That's it. I mean, if you only have X number of dollars, there's a ceiling. You can't go past it. Yeah, that gets a little hard to deal with. But I will say, so we don't sound like we're just bashing, 99% of clients and business owners understand that.
Yeah.
It's that 0.05% that make so much noise that kind of make you have to create all these rules and things, you know?
Yeah.
You know, which is the old days where you just shake somebody's hand and that's good enough, but that just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm venting.
All good.
So
somebody's texting me at the same time, so I'm texting at the same time that we're doing this. I should be done though.
So you're doing some streaming distribution. I'm working back on video and stuff. Would you think that, you know, play with these, you know, COVID has changed and a lot of people are reassessing what they're. Do you think regular old businesses will be coming to these streaming things soon? Do you think you'll have an HVAC company on Twitch as the norm? Or would that be highly, highly, highly rare and only...
I could see it, but probably not for a couple of years. Because you're going to have, like say, so there's a guy I watch a lot on Twitch that's a mechanic. And he has basically a webcam set up on his tool thing his toolbox that he rolls around the car or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's got a laptop on that and a webcam, and you basically have to have somebody. I mean, they got to have some technical knowledge. I mean, they're not everybody's gonna be able to have somebody in the background doing it because A, they don't want to pay for it, and B, they're not big enough to have one. If you only got a couple hundred people, you don't need somebody like us sitting in the background doing your Twitch stream. So unless, you know, got an HVAC guy puts a GoPro on and knows how to set up a stream, I don't see it going mainstream. It's going to be it'll be techie people that are in those fields.
Yeah. Well, one of the things about
guy's pretty cool.
Do we? Yeah.
Watching him work on cars all day long, and I mean it's everything, changing oils. I thought of mentioning that to one of our past clients when they come back on board, but I don't know. I mean, again, it's having. None of them are techie people, so it's hard to get them to see the vision in that.
Well, I think it's where we come along and why we have a need. I mean, not every shop's going to want to do that. But for the one that does want to do it, you know, we come up with, we have the pricing set, and we say, okay, hey, if you want to stream your one of your bays, you know, we can set that up for you for X dollars, and this is what the workflow looks like, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So I'll probably come to that one day. We'll probably have. I mean, we're creating a digital media package now for the website, and so I'm sure streaming production will probably be coming out. Because you and I mean, in some ways, Social Media Cowboys, the name is somewhat limited. Because you and I both do so much more than just social media. I mean, it's pay-per-click, streaming now, video production, web design. It's like social media kind of become an all-encompassing word. But really, it's. I mean, I don't know how people view it. Some people see social media as this. You and I pretty much just. If it's something
it almost could be digital media cowboys.
Yeah, it could be. It could be digital media cowboys. But I mean, it's there now. It's fine. But
it's all good.
We're all. I mean, you and I are always. I mean, I would say one out of every 5 conversations is about some new thing we found.
Yeah.
Because we're all the time checking with something new or whatever. I lost my train of thought.
We were talking about streaming. But yeah, streaming's coming more mainstream. I don't see a lot of businesses doing it right now. Unless it's like an esports company or you know, companies sponsoring whatever events or whatever.
Yeah.
As far as like companies streaming their stuff, it's just independent people, like independent mechanic streaming his thing, or independent HVAC guy or whatever. There's bounty hunters on there. You can watch bounty hunters streaming. It's pretty dope watching them. They got their GoPro on. They have to mute it a lot because they can't talk about the stuff they're doing, but they can show it.
See it. Well, I know I was going to say, I had thought that I lost it. It came back to me. So, like, one of the things with being social media cowboys, people assume that, you know, I don't know about you, they assume I love every social media platform. There's some platforms I don't like at all. Like,
Yeah.
Vine and TikTok, for some reason, to me personally, don't do anything for me.
Yeah.
I don't find it that interesting. But Trish and Jude, man, oh my God, they could lay and watch TikTok all day. They think it's hilarious.
I watched one TikTok and that was it.
To me, it's just a lot of goofy people dancing. Is all I ever see. I just see
Yeah.
dancing videos.
Yeah, and now they put out all the stuff about it being a Chinese app with security, all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, there's serious talk of banning it in the U.S.
yeah, I know. They've already banned it in a bunch of different countries.
Yeah. And then there's a new one. There's always talk about conservative versus liberal issues and what that Parler come along. Well,
Yeah, news app.
I went to it and I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
So it's just the point is just just because we are into it, doesn't mean we like. Now, keep in mind what we do for a business versus our own personal tastes are two different things.
Yeah.
I personally detest Twitter, but it's a high value to the client, so we work it. But
Yeah.
I can't. It's so negative on there for me personally. I can't hardly. I can't hardly go there.
For me, it's the opposite. For me, it's Facebook. I can't stand Facebook, but I love Twitter.
Yeah, we're definitely the opposites on that. What do you not like about Facebook personally? We know at a business level it's great, but on a personal level, what do you not like about Facebook?
Because everybody on there is talking. All the people I'm friends with are talking political stuff.
Yeah.
That's all my feed is political stuff. So I don't
So
care
is
to look
mine.
at it.
Well,
I don't
now-
look at it.
Well, now everybody is involved with a giant global sex trafficking thing, which may or may not be true, but that's all you see talked about. And
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to gloss over a serious issue, but
Yeah.
it's like all people are talking about on Facebook. It's a little daunting.
Yeah.
I long for the days where people just took pictures of their dogs and their food. I kind of miss. I wish we could go back.
Yeah, I know.
to the simpler, happier posts and all this horrible stuff. Really,
But it's funny,
horrible.
like people will find me or something and they message me on Facebook and I won't see it for 2 months, and then I'll look at it and it's like, well, that was like 2 months ago, whatever. So I don't even answer it.
I know, man. I have to message you. I have to send you a text or something. Say, hey, go check Facebook.
Yeah.
If something I had to send you on there, if it was just easier to send you there, I always have to tell you to go check it.
Yep.
Yeah. So Instagram is another one I'm not in love with as much as I used to be. I find it kind of dull. For some reason, it's just not grabbing me. Facebook's the only one that still kind of interests me right now. But I go through phases. I might be all Instagram one day and Twitter the next, and anti-Facebook another. Right now, I'm kind of down on Twitter, but get closer to a football time, and if we actually do have a football season, I'll probably get back into it more.
Yeah.
Just because it's a really good resource for football stuff.
Yep.
So we'll see.
All the other sports are starting this week, so I'm excited. Baseball, basketball, and hockey.
Well, okay, so I knew baseball, but I don't really. I'm out of the loop on basketball. What's basketball doing? Are they doing the Orlando?
Yeah, they're there. They're starting. What's the 23rd? They start the 23rd. 3 days.
What's today? Today's the
20th.
We're taping this on the 20th.
They're starting the 23rd. They're playing like eight season games to like get going, and then it's playoffs.
Every team?
I don't know what the playoff thing is. They're like doing like a, I don't know. They've made something special for the playoffs. It's gonna be a one-off, never gonna happen again playoff type of deal. Like kind of like a March Madness thing, I think.
So it's like a sprint.
Something, yeah.
And what's baseball doing?
Baseball's doing. They just cut their season in half. So instead of 180 games, it's like 60 or 70 or something.
With a normal playoff and seeding and everything.
Yeah, and that starts Friday.
And hockey's doing a basketball
Playoffs.
thing.
They're doing the thing like basketball. They're playing a couple of season games just to get going, and then to get them all in the swing of things, and then straight into playoffs.
So does the NBA record that they ended with, is it thrown out, or do they bring that record into this playoff?
I don't remember. They've been talking about so much stuff that I don't remember. Like I think they're gonna reseed. I think they're seeded the way they finished the season, but they're gonna play them out in this season.
Yeah.
It's an 8-game deal, and that may change the seeding or something like that. I don't know.
So I don't know who the top seed was in the NBA when it all ended, but if it was Golden State and...
No, Golden State's the worst team in the NBA.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll tell you how much I pay attention.
It's the Lakers and the Bucks, I think, something like that.
So if those are the two top seeds,
Yeah,
at the end of when COVID hit, they
Yeah.
maintained that.
I think so.
Okay.
But they've changed so much stuff that I'm saying I think so, but it could be wrong.
All right. If somebody watching this could help us out.
It's gonna be interesting though.
Well, I intend to, when they start, just to put the TV on sports and just leave it there without the sound on, because I'm tired of. I haven't watched the news probably in 6 weeks to 2 months. I can't take all this stuff anymore. It's so negative.
There was a baseball game on last night. Like, it was the Cubs and the White Sox, I think.
Yeah.
And it's so weird watching baseball with no fans. Like, all the lights are off except for the field lights that show the actual field. Like, no, you can't see the seats. This is like pitch black and everything. That's how they're gonna play. That's how they're gonna play this season.
I guess there's no point in running advertising in the stadium, because there's no way.
Advertising's the one right behind home plate. It's weird.
I bet it comes for a pretty penny though. That's a premium spot now.
Yeah, and you can hear everything. Like, before, you couldn't really hear like the ump and different things the players are saying and stuff. You can hear everything now that there's no fans.
That's nuts. All right, I gotta go find some games on today. That's what. As soon as this podcast is over, I'll turn on the TV.
They're doing like inter scrimmage games and stuff, and then the season starts Friday.
Okay, I'm gonna start finding some of that stuff, put it on. Because I can't take. I'm done with all the politics. I'm done with all the conspiracies. I'm done with all I'm done, man. I'm just gonna focus on my family and my business, and just keep going, man.
Basketball will be cool to watch because they're putting all these courts like next to each other. So instead of having like one stadium where teams play, they have to play every team during the day. So they're gonna have like this area they just turned into like 8 courts like next to each other. So you're gonna have 8 different basketball games going on next to each other.
The games are happening simultaneously?
I think so. Yeah, they got all the courts like next to each other.
It's like a 3-ring circus. Kind of like
it is, because they got to get all these games done. They can't just like play one game a day or whatever. Because you got to think, back when everything was normal, you had 30 stadiums in the state playing games at night, and now they're all playing at one location. You got to have that many stadiums.
It's gonna be a weird broadcast because you'll see a game going on in the background.
It's gonna be different, yeah.
So if you want to watch the Mavs, you'll see the Lakers in the background of your TV of the screen, or something like that.
I don't know exactly how they're gonna do it, but it could work like that, because they were showing them practicing and stuff, and all the different courts were lined up right next to each other.
Well, didn't they have a game on an aircraft carrier not that long ago?
I don't know.
There was it was a college or maybe it was NBA.
Yeah.
Had a game on an aircraft carrier.
Huh.
So if they can do that, I guess they can do a 3-ring circus approach. That is crazy.
Yeah.
This is the strangest year. I'm 44 years old, and there's nothing to compare this year to. Even after 9/11 happened, it was not like this.
Yeah.
This is completely different. 9/11 wasn't even this way.
Yeah.
So,
true.
I don't know, man. This is strange times. Well, all right. Well, we talked a little bit of everything, a little catch-up podcast. Hopefully people watching enjoyed it. You can kind of see some of the things we've been doing and some things where we're going. Be more and more digital media stuff coming up from here. We're going to keep adding layers to what Social Media Cowboys do. Podcasting, we need to talk about that. We need to add a whole section to our website to start producing podcasts. So, yeah, podcasts are a big thing. We're just growing. We're kind of outgrowing the name Social Media Cowboys. We'll be just, I don't know what we'll be. One of these days we'll be just Cowboys, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Everything Cowboys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, website, social media, AdWords, video, podcasting, streaming, all of it. Hell, I'm working on a novel in my spare time as well. So, I mean,
nice.
Maybe we'll get the publication one day, too. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, everybody, thanks for watching our podcast. And we're going to try and do one of these a month with just us and another one with a guest once a month. That's the plan. So if you want to be a guest, just hit us up wherever you're watching this. Just send us a message. We'll see it. All right, with that.
Cool.